So where are buyers going? Now, in the past, sometimes when we'd see a drubbing in the stock market, we'd see Bitcoin pick up. That has not been happening. Brock Pierce is the Bitcoin Foundation chairman. Brock, good to have you. Is there a disconnect now with what we thought was a sort of a alternative investment reaction to Bitcoin on bad stock days, just the opposite on good stock days? How do you explain what's going on?
Well, it certainly doesn't seem to be uncorrelated as one would expect. I suspect that will become true with time. Obviously, the market has performed well over time. It's a volatile market, as everybody knows, and very difficult to predict where the market's going. And there's a lot of things that have been happening. Obviously, China has cracked down on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in a massive way this last, call it, month or two, starting with mining and now everything, which has created a tremendous opportunity for the United States and call it the Western world.
But if you think about it, Brock, even in our country, Gary Gensler, the guy who heads the SEC, he wants to tame this Wild West investment, as he calls it. So he's reining in on that party, too. Does it worry you?
Well, I actually thought that he was going to be a big positive for the industry as someone that has actually spent time working in the space. So I'm rather surprised by the position that he's taken. But when we talk about the Wild West, it's worth remembering that the Wild West became California, and we don't want to lose, call it the California of the Fourth Industrial Revolution. You know, we want to make sure that this country is at the forefront of innovation. We're the capital of innovation, and I pray we stay that way.
You know, Cathie Wood and others who recognize this as a good investment, you know, they're in the camp that says a few years, you know, it could be a $500,000 investment versus around $41,300 now. Do you agree with that?
I do. I can't tell you when, but within a few years, I think that's a very real possibility, not a certainty. And it's really dependent upon, you know, all of the other contributing factors. You know, we've printed over $20 trillion. There's a lot of concern about everything that's going on within the financial system, which is why money is running into stocks in unprecedented ways. Real estate prices in many areas are booming. You know, it's hard. There's so much complexity in what's going on in the world, and the interconnectedness of, you know, all of the nation's financial systems, right? You know, something, I certainly hope nothing bad happens. I want to see, you know, the world upgrade in an evolutionary way, not a chaotic, revolutionary way. But we definitely live in very unusual and interesting times.
You know, Brock, you saw this phenomenon long before most did, and you got very wealthy as a result. Are you ever tempted to take, you know, some more off the table, just in case?
Oh, I do. So my portfolio, I've got a lot of real estate assets as a store of value. I'm even in precious metals like gold and silver, not in a major way relative to, call it, my cryptocurrency positions. Lots of hard assets. And so I'm not all in on crypto. It's clearly the largest asset class in my portfolio, but I'm heavily invested in other areas where I view them as safe. Stores of value. I'm concerned about the state of things. You know, we're probably looking at, you know, some pretty substantial inflation or hyperinflation. You can't print this much money without expecting something to happen. Unprecedented.
So you are a little hedging your bets here, which a wise investor would do, right?
I can't say I'm wise, but I aspire to be, and I try to be patient and prudent in all the things that I do, and purposeful. Everything I do is to try and make the world a better place.
Well, I've looked at your record, Brock. You have a pretty good past at dealing with just that. Brock Pierce, the Bitcoin Foundation chairman. I think some storms here, but if he's right, this alternative investment might just weather it and get through it. We shall see.